Welcome to my channel. This is a place where we explore the uncharted territories of our minds, where we discuss mental health, psychology, science, and anything that has to do with the human experience. If that sounds interesting, please consider subscribing so you never miss out on new videos. And now let's dive into today's topic, shadows of the heart. In the labyrinth of human emotions, there exists a realm where feelings intertwine, a place where shadows dance and secrets reside. This is the story of unspoken longings and hidden desires, a journey through the labyrinth of love, loss, fear, and hope. As the twilight sky paints hues of purple and red, join us in this tale that unfolds with every beat of your heart. Chapter 1: A Flicker in the Dark. Amidst the bustling city, nestled in a quaint corner, stood an old house with peeling paint and a rusted gate. Here lived a woman in her late 20s named Elara, whose heart harbored a secret as she moved through life with a haunting melancholy. Her days were spent in solitude, her nights filled with memories. A single flickering candle on her windowsill served as a beacon, casting dancing shadows on the wall, mirroring the turmoil within her soul. Each flicker was a whisper of a forgotten love, each flame a reminder of dreams deferred. What was it that made her heart ache so? Who was the shadow she saw in the candle light, dancing and fading away? As the years passed, the candle continued to flicker, becoming the silent witness of her pain. It became a symbol of her undying love for someone she had lost. The wax melted away, the wick burned low, but still it flickered, refusing to surrender to the darkness. For within its tiny flame, there was a story of love and loss, joy and sorrow, hope and despair. And as long as the candle flickered, her story lived on. Chapter 2: Whispers in the Twilight. The sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the land. In the fading light, the world seemed to hold its breath, mirroring the turmoil in Elara's heart. She sat by the window, her eyes fixed on the horizon, lost in a sea of memories. Each whisper of the wind carried a fragment of his voice, each rustle of leaves a memory of his touch. The twilight sky became her canvas, the clouds his lingering presence. Why did the memories come back to haunt her now? Why did the whispers in the twilight bring both solace and torment? In the tapestry of time, some moments are etched forever. The laughter, the shared dreams, the promises whispered under a canopy of stars. But as the darkness of night enveloped the world, it brought with it a different kind of silence, one that echoed with the pain of separation and the weight of unspoken words. The twilight deepened, and with it, her sorrow. Yet, in the depths of her despair, a glimmer of hope remained. For even as night fell, the stars twinkled above, reminding her that even in darkness, beauty endures. Chapter 3: An Empty Swing. The town square stood deserted, the merry-go-round silent, its calliope music replaced by the mournful song of the wind. In the center, an old wooden swing set creaked gently, swaying in the breeze. One swing was still, frozen in midair, as if waiting for someone who would never return. This was the place where Elara and her companion had spent countless hours, their laughter echoing through the square, their love blossoming with each push and pull of the swings. Now only the ghosts of their joy remained, haunting the empty frame. As the wind picked up, the swings creaked rhythmically, creating a haunting melody that echoed through the deserted square. With each sway, memories surged within her, bringing both smiles and tears. How could a simple swing evoke such bittersweet emotions? Why did the ghost of joy linger here, taunting her with happiness she could no longer reach? Chapter 4: Reflections in a Broken Mirror. Inside the abandoned house, amidst dusty furniture and cobwebs, hung a large antique mirror, its surface cracked, reflecting the fragmented pieces of her soul. When Elara gazed into its depths, she saw not her own image, but a kaleidoscope of emotions: joy, sorrow, love, and loss. The mirror became her confidant, silently bearing witness to her tears and whispered confessions. It showed her the intricate patterns of her broken heart, the cracks reflecting the fractured state of her soul. With each passing day, the reflections in the mirror grew more vivid, morphing into fragments of faces from her past. Each shard held a piece of her story, each reflection a reminder of a love that was once whole. The mirror, with its fragmented surface, mirrored her fragmented heart, showing her the beauty that lay within the broken pieces. It became a portal to her deepest emotions, a window to her soul. And as she looked deeper into its depths, she saw not just the cracks, but the strength and resilience that lay beneath. Chapter 5, Dance of Hope and Fear. In the stillness of the night, as the moon cast its silvery light upon the world, something stirred within Elara. A tiny flame of hope ignited in the desolate landscape of her heart, pushing through the cracks of despair. It was a fragile ember, threatened by the winds of fear and uncertainty, yet it refused to be extinguished. This was the moment when the battle between hope and fear reached its climax, when Elara had to choose between surrendering to the shadows or embracing the faintest glimmer of light. The dance between hope and fear intensified, each step a gamble, each breath a risk. Hope soared, urging her forward, while fear threatened to pull her back into the darkness. But deep within her soul, a quiet strength emerged, guiding her towards the flickering flame of hope. It was a beacon in the darkness, a promise of a new dawn. Would she dare to follow its light and find her way out of the shadows? Or would fear prevail, extinguishing the flame and leaving her lost in the endless night? Chapter 6, The Forgotten Garden. Behind the old house lay a forgotten garden, its pathways overgrown with weeds, its flower beds trampled and bare. Yet amidst the neglect, a single rose bush bloomed, its petals unfurling slowly, tentatively reaching for the sun. This rose, though seemingly insignificant in the vast expanse of the garden, symbolized a tenacious spirit, a refusal to be defeated by the harsh realities of life. It stood as a testament to the enduring power of nature, a silent reminder that even in the darkest of times, beauty and hope can persist. As Elara stumbled upon the forgotten garden, she felt a sense of familiarity wash over her. It was a place where she had once found solace, a sanctuary where she had laughed and dreamed. Now, however, the garden was a shadow of its former self, choked by weeds and stripped of its vibrant colors. Yet, as she turned to leave, she noticed the rose bush, its delicate bloom a splash of color in the monochrome landscape. The sight of the rose stirred something within her, a faint echo of hope, a spark of determination to tend to the neglected garden and nurture it back to life. It was a symbol of resilience, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, beauty and hope can endure. Chapter 7, Echoes in the Silence. A soft melody drifted through the empty streets, carried on the wings of the evening breeze. It was a lullaby from days gone by, a song that spoke of love, loss, and the bitter-sweet pangs of longing. In the silence of the evening, the song seemed to echo the unspoken words that had become trapped within Elara's heart. As the notes danced on the air, they stirred memories that lay dormant, bringing them closer to the surface. The melody wove its way through the deserted streets, weaving a tapestry of sound that resonated with the emptiness within her. In the quietude of the night, the song became her confidant, understanding the language of her heart. It spoke of the pain she had endured, the tears she had cried, and the love that had consumed her thoughts. The melody lingered long after the last note had faded, leaving behind a profound silence that was deafening in its intensity. It was a silence that spoke volumes, a testament to the depth of her sorrow and the resilience of her spirit. Chapter 8, Beyond the Fading Light. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the land, Elara found herself at a crossroads. The path ahead was shrouded in darkness, illuminated only by the faintest glimmer of moonlight. Before her lay the remnants of her past, whispering tales of what once was and what could have been. But beyond the fading light, there was something more, a glimmer of hope, a possibility of new beginnings. It was a choice between clinging to the shadows of the past or venturing into the unknown, embracing the uncertainty of the future. The decision weighed heavily on her heart, threatening to consume her with doubt and fear. Yet, as the moonlight bathed the world in its ethereal glow, it seemed to whisper words of encouragement, urging her to take a step forward, to venture beyond the familiar shores and into the vast expanse of possibilities that lay before her. It was a call to action, a gentle nudge towards the light, beckoning her to rewrite her story. Chapter 9, Unveiling the Shadows. In the quiet solitude of her room, surrounded by the echoes of her past, Elara faced her deepest fears and unveiled the shadows that had haunted her for so long. With trembling hands and a heart filled with trepidation, she confronted the demons that had lurked in the corners of her mind. The shadows writhed and twisted, taking on forms that both terrified and intrigued her. They were the embodiment of her insecurities, her regrets, and the unspoken wounds that had festered within her soul. But as she continued to peer into the abyss, she saw not just darkness, but glimmers of truth. The shadows revealed the parts of her that she had kept hidden, the aspects of herself that she had feared to acknowledge. They were the fragmented pieces of her story, the unspoken words, the buried emotions. And as she embraced the darkness, she realized that within the shadows lay the key to her transformation. By confronting her fears and unveiling the shadows that had held her captive, Elara began her journey towards healing. It was a path fraught with challenges, but also filled with the promise of growth, self-discovery, and the dawning realization that even in the darkest of places, there is always light to be found. As the final chapter of this journey comes to a close, we hope you've found solace and connection in Elara's story. Remember that you're not alone in this world. There are countless souls who have walked similar paths and emerged stronger on the other side. If you resonated with Elara's journey, know that you, too, have the strength to confront your shadows and find your own path towards healing. Reach out to friends, family, or mental health professionals who can guide you through the labyrinth of your emotions. Together, you can navigate the complexities of your heart and emerge with a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. If you found value in this video, please show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Your engagement helps us continue to create meaningful content that explores the depths of human emotion. As we bring this story to a pause, know that the echoes of hope, courage, and resilience will continue to resonate within you. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the shadows of the heart.